Can we get over here?
Yeah. I step on some.
Watch hands on seat myself, right? Thank you. Alright, well, my day. Let's go. Jumbo, everyone. My name is Braden. I'll be excited today. This is the Safari. So we have a camera, we have a phone. Go ahead and get those out and ready. I recommend maybe an action or a sports setting. Whatever captures movement best, really. We can't always stop for the animals. They don't always stop for us. We just want to be prepared. This first area we're going to be heading into is the Little Iterate Forest. It's pretty dense, a lot of good hiding spots here, so it's starting not too easy. I have to start looking right away. The animals here aren't worth finding though. Some of the most interesting ones in the whole world live right here, in the Iterate Forest. Let's get started. Right over on the right side, got no coffee on the hill. Not related to a zebra, even though it's now got the legs going on. This is actually the only known relative of a giraffe. If you look more at its body shape, especially their face, you can see the similarities there. Got a couple saddle-built storks over on the left side. They're both sitting down right now. They're actually about 5 feet tall. It's one of the largest storks in Africa. This is also a bird species that will mate for life, so these two have probably been together for a while. Just had a greater kudu cross the road, coming up on the right side. Looks like there's a few more up ahead. This one's a female. Males have ones that are about 6 feet long. You'll know if you see one. Jump over to the left side, way up at the top of the hill. It's a black rhino. It's probably around 3,000 pounds. Oh, there's the second one. Keep looking to the left. Hard to mention. To find even two of these is rare, so there's less than 5,000 left in the world. Biggest reason for that, unfortunately, is poaching. They're poached for their horns, which is made of the same material as our hair and fingernails. It's called keratin, which is pretty useless to us. Starting to see these orange antelope on either side of us. These are the Bongos. Bongos are also known as the ghosts of the forest. Usually they're hiding pretty well. For us to get them close. Doesn't happen too often. Alright, a few more. Unlike the kudu, all bongos have horns. If you look at theirs though, see how they kind of twist around, sometimes they cross each other. I just don't see a group over in the trees. Let be a little sneaky. Alright, got a crossroads here. We did pretty well around the water back there, so we're going to try to keep that up. Let's take the center road to the Sable River. One animal that's notorious for hanging around African rivers is the hippopotamus. Oh, there's a couple of them right at the start of the river. Usually we'll find hippos in pretty large groups called floats, from their favorite term. So we'll go with the river for a ways and see how many pop up. As we look for more though, just keep in mind hippos are one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Don't want to get too close to any of them. Now there's a float on the left. They are nocturnal, that's why they're all standing. Probably just put to bed. Two different bird species we're seeing with them. Right here are the pink-backed pelicans. They get that name because their backs turn pink during mating season. These black vultures are probably here because the hippos are. They like to pick off those dead skins. It works out for both of them. Also on the river, Nile crocodiles. These are just as long as giraffes are tall. And they can launch that whole body length straight up out of the water. Different group names for crocodiles. On land, they're a bass. In the water, they're a flip. There's lots of names like that all throughout Africa. Load of hippos, crocodiles. Have we seen more rhinos after the crash? Well, we'll have as many as I can as we go along. Coming up on our right side, some animals, but we can talk about it. This is a baobab tree. They're also called upside down trees. The reason they're so thick is because they store up water for the dry season. There's going to be a lot of space with a lot of different species out here. It might not be too hard to see some of them, but still, you want to keep your eyes peeled. You'd be surprised what might come in. Now we can see a lot already, and luckily this road circles around, so we'll talk about everything. We'll kind of work with whatever's closest to us. Got something pretty special coming up on the right side. Very recognizable animal here, the zebras, and they've got a little baby with them. This young one is very young. Guessing by its size, I wouldn't put it past a month old. Zebras are black with white stripes, to answer that old question. Easiest way to tell is by looking at their nose. Group's called the dazzle. Oh, over on the left, see the black, white, yellow fur in the grass? These are African wild dogs. Also called painted dogs. They're actually one of the most successful hunters in Africa. They almost always capture prey, and whenever they do, they let their puppies eat first. A lot of people confuse them with hyenas.
This is like a hyena.
Very different. Oh, let's keep looking to the left, kind of tucked into the corner. Got the Sable Antelope. That's the emblem for our reserve. One of the very few antelope that fights by predators instead of running from them. Another pretty familiar animal scattered around. Tallest one on Earth, the giraffe. They can get over 20 feet tall. Group's called a tower. One of my favorite facts about giraffe is that they only sleep about 30 minutes a day. And in little 5-minute naps. It's pretty rare to see one sleeping. It's not as rare to find them eating like we did. They do that 20 hours out of the day. Let's watch them eating though, see if you can spot their tongue. Usually, however many feet tall that the giraffe is how many inches long their tongue is. So let's say this one on the left is, I don't know, like 13 feet tall. Has a 13-inch long tongue. Quite a few wildebeest around the field as well. They're one of the best migrators in Africa. They travel around 1,000 miles every year. This is actually kind of a smaller herd for the wildebeest. When they're migrating, they're in the hundreds of thousands. Wildebeest are the most densely populated mammal, apart from us, anyway. These are all fully grown adults. They're only 3 feet tall. They're also the 3rd fastest animal on land. These run around 60 miles an hour. Also jump about 7 feet. Very athletic elephants. On the right side, this is the world's largest land animal, the African elephant. This is a pretty big bull elephant, too. He could be over 12,000 pounds, or 6 pounds, 5,000 kilos. However you phrase it, he's big. It's really big. We're going to try to get a little closer, but we do need to stay cautious. This is a bull elephant. It means he's a bull. Also means he's a little more aggressive. It's actually why he's by himself. Once bulls reach a certain age, they leave their family herds. Well, more accurately, they get kicked out. They're too aggressive to be around the others, so they spend most of their time on their own. Sorry, what's that? Female elephants, on the other hand, will usually stick together for life. They're all kind of health crazy other ones. They're definitely the ones to judge. Okay, so this red clay that's next to us might be why that elephant's nearby. This is the favorite there. They like to eat it. You have to vitamins and minerals they benefit from. They also put it on their skin as a form of protection. Just kind of let the sun wash it up. Yeah, they do the best marks. Oh, and more elephants on the left. We'll keep going. See how many we can find. Now we're seeing kind of the other side of elephant society here. This is the female herd or matriarchal herd. There's a few ways to tell, but the easiest one is that younger elephant that's out there. Not that size, it's maybe 4 or 5 years old. Way too young to be on its own. And those will always be with mom. You have to have a lot of respect for the mom elephants. They're pregnant for almost 2 years. Babies are born around 300 pounds. Not fun. Not a good time. As we're watching the elephants, we can also check out these greater flamingos. This is the tallest species and lighter shade of pink. It's a good time to check them out too. The ones that are sitting in the mud, those are their nests. That's what they make their nests out of. So they're probably sitting on their or chicks, hopefully. The chicks are going to hatch gray. They turn pink from all the big humans and the shrimp they eat. Even with some of these grown ones, you can see they don't quite have the color yet, especially around their heads. Yeah, look at this one closest to us. See, right on top, we're not quite there yet. Takes about a year and a half. Through the are white rhinos. So they're about 2,000 pounds heavier than the black rhino that we saw. They're not going to see us as well as we see them. Their vision only goes to about 35 feet. Even then, it's pretty blurry. Their hearing is great. They know we're here. They don't really care. White rhinos are probably the least territorial rhino species. That's why they're hanging out together. Oh, over on the left, coming around behind the rocks.
Oh, a cheetah.
Baby. Keep your eyes on the rocks. There's a cheetah right behind them. There it is. As you probably know, cheetahs are the fastest animal on land. Run around 70 miles an hour. They can only do that for about 30 seconds at a time. It's very tiring. They get overheated really quick. Group would be a coalition. This is the time of day when cheetahs are most active. Less competition from the bigger cats right now. Cheetahs are a pretty good mix between small and big cats. They can weigh up to 150 pounds, but they still purr. What do you think is happening about that? Bonk on the right side, some ostrich. Let's come around the rock and see how close we can get now. Now even from here we can tell this ostrich is a female just by her feather. Females have gray, males have black. And she's about 7 feet tall. Males are a little closer to 9. Oh, actually we've got some of the ostrich's eggs on the right side. Just one ostrich egg is the equivalent of 24 chicken eggs. They're pretty big. They're very durable. You can stand on top. They don't crack. They do lay in group nests. There's no way all those are hers, so there's probably more ostrich around here somewhere.
Picking out is like that. Like a few shorter to it.
This is also where these Nigerian dwarf goats like to hang out. They're a pretty good animal to have around. They'll eat weeds and roots that other livestock can. They're a good source of dairy. They're small and kind of chaotic, so that's always fun. That would mean we're nearing the end of the safari. Once I drop you off, though, you'll be right next to Gorilla Falls, another great spot to see some animals. Where you might see gorillas, naked moles, meerkats, lots of others. There's a trail over in Asia as well, to the Maharaja Jungle Track, where you might find tigers, Komodo dragons, flying foxes. Both trails take about 20 minutes, but you can spend however long you want on them. Get your badge back near the entrance of the safari. Just have to remember Simba and the number 1.